Hello, welcome to Z Explains BG. I am Z. We're playing a 5-point match on Backgammon Hub against Paul. A good match to my opponents. This is a little bit wrong, I think, to slot. Although it did certainly work out. So let's see, that's the 6. Maybe it gives him a little too many hidden cover numbers to play 13 to 10. Although I'm not too sure about this one. It's probably pretty close, I would guess. Yeah, I would have gotten smoked. So I much prefer this position to being up on the roof against a 3-point board. Okay, start getting this guy out of here. Yeah, I'm up in the race. So, I mean, I don't love the fact that I'm getting hit with 5s, but this has enough going for it. This is tremendous. Wouldn't be able to resist making the 9, but 24 to 16 is a play also. All right, I'm still alive, I think. Yes. Really averse to getting another checker hit. So I'm gonna play a little conservatively, just because of the awesome structure over here. Otherwise, I might have tried making the 5 or something. So I don't know here. I mean, making the 3 is pretty great structure. Does let him out on 6s though. This is pretty bad structure, but he's a little more trapped. Stack the 8, 10 to 6, 5 to 1. I don't know. I'm gonna go right after this nice structure. And then probably, my 4s are a little due, but it's not like I'm happy to run with a single 4 anyways. 4-4 would be pretty sweet. Okay, let's try this. Now there's big upside, so I don't mind leaving the shot. Okay, I got so much work to do. I can't double a dance or anything. Well, that's kind of like a dance. Although you can do my 4s. So 8 to 7. Yeah. See how he wants to play this. Keeps the solid prime. Well, I'm up in the race. I got the stronger board. Yeah, I'm kind of not doing well if I just play safely. So let's try this plan. It didn't work. I'm kind of dead here, I think. Yeah, this is going to be too good or double pass. Which probably technically is too good. Because he's got all this time to play with. It's not like he's cracking. So I think this is a good play on. Although he should hang back a little bit. Try to hit another checker. It looks like he made it too easy on me there. Like maybe pop out with the 4 and bring down the 3. Or even stay all the way back. I don't know. So I'm not sure about this ace here. Well, let's put him to the test. So against a weak player, he's just cashing it in. Yeah, still too good. So if you stay back on the 24 point there, some players don't know that they need to slot the 2 point when they can. Put a checker there on the 2 point. But if you step up, most players know that you're supposed to hit. So sometimes, like against a weaker player, you have a little bit more incentive to stay back because it means they're going to have a tougher time playing a little bit. Yeah, it wouldn't be nuts to double this. I guess I don't know. I got some double hit numbers, and just hit dance, hit bad entries. And the score argues for being a little aggressive in gammonish positions, which this is. All right, this is a little marginal, but I'm going to try it. Okay, like a dance here would lose the mark, and that's kind of a big ask, though, you know. But as long as I enter, I'm still winning. Okay. Ooh. All right, just try to keep him dancing, maybe. Or make the nice 20. It's a little more positional. Keep the 8 point. I mean, this one's more gammons. Ooh, it worked. It worked. Okay. Seems as good as anything. All right, could be an interesting game if he gets this. If he gets timing for this 1-2 game, which is pretty reasonable to think he will. All right. So let's keep these builders a little bit more alive here. The ones are severely duplicated. Yeah, like he shouldn't even hit with this. He hits twice. Interesting. Yeah, I would have just played 13 to 11, 6 to 5 there. I never have this position. All right, so I guess I hit him. Could help his timing, but it keeps him from going forward and wins more gammons. It's gonna be his game is gonna be so tough no matter what happens. Best of the win there, I think, is not to hit. What do I do? Is it like 4-6 or something? See, I don't want to play 10 to 6 because I don't know. I want to keep that checker more alive for making the 8. I want to keep my 10 points. 6. I don't want to give him too many hit options. I don't know about this. I'm missing something there. Just really love to fill in the 5. Ah. Yeah, he's got a game now. Shoot. I feel like I played that okay, though. Not sure about that 6-4, though. I don't know. Now what? Guess I don't want to give him too many hit options. I don't know. Is this okay? Well, I kind of don't want to play 8 to 7. I'm going to try something a little more provocative. Hey, he's going to hit twice here and go forward now. Here's a really good number, though, for him, 6-3. Because he's only hitting this with 6s pretty much. And he gets to hit the other guy. All right, little reprieve. Should probably upgrade the anchor here. If I can, I still have a chance to make the 5 at some point. You know, that would really lock him in there. Okay, so 5. Five duplication here. Obviously safer is this. Oh, I can make a 10 point weirdly. All right, okay. I got a hit there. Can I make it? No, not yet. I can make the 8 point. Yes. Do I go after him again? Whew. Yeah, 3 doesn't play good elsewhere. Although actually 24 to 21 isn't bad. 8 point is a ton of value still. All right, let's try this. Love to hit with a deuce, obviously, but yeah. Three looked a little too destructive. Pretty good shot. Well, I don't know. All right, yeah. I was thinking he could run from this checker, which would have been a nice thing. But no, he had to give up his deep anchor to run, which actually might have been the right idea. Good. Once again, I could hit him with the 3, although jumping isn't pretty important also. No good too, boss. Ugh. Yeah, we'll definitely take a look at this game after the match. It's pretty complicated. Mostly for him, I'd say. But I think I had some tough choices also. I can actually make a 5 point board with that 3-1. He's thinking about the wrong stuff there. All right, I suppose I don't want to leave too many shots now. So this ends up in a decent spot. Wish I could make a point somewhere, but it just doesn't work. Okay, I can make my 14 heavy. This looks a little suspicious. A little suspicious. Ace. Nice. All right, not sure about the force. This is only 5 shots, I think. It's pretty happy to hit with all of them, though. And 5's a little expensive. But it'll be easier to bring home after a roll like 1-2. 6-5, so I can still gammon them. All right. I don't want to leave 2 blots in the outfield, so I guess I'm stuck doing this. Hate that 3, but I think it's better than leaving a bunch of shots out there. Shots and blots. Okay, 1 blot isn't too bad. Yeah, I don't want to bust a... I mean, it's still pretty expensive, but I don't want to bust a nice asset out here. And so it just so it delays the inevitable mostly. Okay. No deuce. Good. All right, so let's see. I guess there's enough reason to do this. It's only 2 blot numbers next roll. I can strip that down right away, leaving 4 blot numbers, which is actually safer long term. Can you see what happened? So I said 6-5 when I had 3 checkers here, right? I had 6-5 that left a shot. Only 6-5. But I just rolled like an average number, right? And then I'm leaving the 4 shots, 6-1, 5-1 next roll. So it's kind of like I'm paying twice if you leave the 3 checkers on the 6 there. So that's why, despite the fact that my play is safer next roll for one roll, it's actually more dangerous long term if black can just kind of hang out on the 20 forever, which you kind of can there. But you want the checker off. So often you do leave the extra risk because you could win a gammon there still. Well, it's better if you get hit to have more checkers off. Yeah, I cube this. I mean, it's like double pass for money. So, despite the score being an argument for not doubling, it's probably strong enough unless it's like too good. See if he wants to take. Okay, he does take. I wouldn't be sure about that. I mean, pass for money, but yeah, the score, I don't know. I think I make the 3-point instead. Okay, so 1, 2. Well, 1. Let's try this. Good choice, Alex. It was easy. All right, so 4-4 plays okay. No, it doesn't. It cracks, so that doesn't crack too badly. So this is probably the best I can do. Well, let's just say fun 6-6. I don't know, it's pretty awkward. Okay, how about this? And then maybe I'll clear the 6-point next turn. Well, didn't expect like this, but like with a 4-3 or something, it might be right to clear the 6 there. Because the gammon's pretty well locked up if I don't get hit. And that should be safest. Okay, this is worst. Let's start up XG mode. I think we have him. Okay. Thanks for playing. All right, so 4-7. Yeah, that's didn't. I guess one of the games is pretty complicated. So I guess I'm not super surprised. It's a little high. I'm a little surprised it's that high, to be honest, though. Okay, but anyways, let's import this thing. Maybe XG will overrule GNU. Some early errors here. No, XG pretty much agrees with GNU. So 2 blunders. Okay, we'll get there. Okay, 6-3. Yeah, this is fine. Okay, good. It's close between splitting and bringing a checker down. I do have the stronger board, so that does argue for being a little more, I don't know, contact oriented. In other words, you get the stronger board, so you don't mind the fact that there might be some exchange of hits coming up if you just play to the 18 point. But I didn't like all the hit and cover numbers, so that's why I went with a more conservative run play. It turns out it's pretty close. Yeah, 6-2. Okay, yeah, it's very averse to being hit with 5s here. I see. So there is some incentive to get the backman going. Because you're up in the race and you just got one man to escape. But I don't know, black. If you don't make my play, black's pretty happy to hit with 5s and 6-4, as well as 6-2, 4-4, 2-2. So it's a little too exposed maybe. So what the computer wants to do is just play in the outfield, maybe build up a nice prime against these 2 back checkers, stay out of harm's way. He rolls a tremendous 4-4, really great 3-3, keeping me in the game. Apparently, it does want to leave a shot here, which I briefly considered it, but it's fairly close. So I do this, right? I may make the 10 point, leave 0 shots because he's got such nice structure here. Really hate to get another checker sent back. So the computer wants to do this, make the 5 point and leave an ace shot in the outfield. Yeah, I guess. It's better structure. I guess one problem with my play is I'm making the 10 point when I already have the 4 point made. So those 2 points are 6 apart from one another. They tend not to go together well because they don't form 2 points in the same 6 prime. So I guess my play isn't that productive. I don't know. It still kind of looks right to me though. So 5-5. I'm going to get the idea here that I go right after the good structure. Yeah, you could. It's very close between like this play and this play also. Okay, go after him correctly. Yeah, big upside on the misses. I get to go after him. Okay, I didn't really consider this play actually. It looked like, I don't know, it looked clear to me at the time just to make the 1. Apparently it's a real error to do this. So it's pretty hard to escape those guys even when this works, he dances. Still not doing that good. So the computer has this different plan. You try to make a prime, duplicate aces everywhere. Yeah, if you make a 6 prime, I guess that's pretty huge. Severe duplication of 6-1. Yeah, I wish I considered that. I honestly I don't know if I would have done it even if I considered it, but yeah. So often I find before the roll in like sort of an attack position, you're thinking blitz, 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 and you roll like a good hit number, and you go right after it. At least for me, I often find I overlook like a more positional option when there's like a decent attack option like there was there. And I don't know how to counteract it other than just playing a lot slower. I'm not going to kick myself for missing this one. I don't think a lot of people are doing this. That's a cute play, though. Does keep him from making a 6 prime a lot. Jesus. The computer wants to do this. I don't know. Are people really doing this? I mean, maybe if you're super focused on stopping white from making the 6 prime, you can find this. But boy, it's pretty tough to see. Breaking that nice structure when when you have a decent alternative. Yeah, I'm not seeing that one. This is like 8 shots anyways though. Yeah, maybe you can see it there if you notice this is 8 shots and this is only 11, with big upside on the dances because you can hit this guy. I don't know. All right, I make a decent play here with the 6-5. He goes right after me, and then he's too good for a while. He cashes something that's too good. He has 5-3. He should do something else. Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, you could stay all the way back if you wanted. There's some risk of rolling like 4-4 and getting awkward or something. But yeah, why not do this? Maybe cause me some more problems on the home front. I may have to leave him another blot to shoot at some point. It's not like he's not like he's in much risk of cracking later. And then eventually he cashes this in, although he should play on. He can play on. Oh, my double. Yeah, my double's okay. Yeah, my double's. This is about where I was during the match. So this is borderline. Fine. Like you probably wouldn't double this at 0-0. I think the score is a little bit of an incentive to double because gammons are very valuable. Doubled gammons are very valuable at 5-away, 4-away, I know. On the other hand, his take point is a little lower than usual. Actually, it's quite a bit lower than usual, I think. But yeah, the gammas are the thing. Actually, sorry. Let me re-import the match. I wanted to take a look at what this was at 0-0. Yeah, so we saw for at 5-away, 4-away, it was like a marginal thing. Yeah, yeah, it'd be a small error to cube it at 0-0 because of the gammon situation. If there's no gammons, and I'm down 0-1 in a 5. Yeah, he can take quite a bit. He can take like in like a race or something. I think the 4-way player can actually take at like 18% or something. This is 20 and it's a pretty solid take. Yeah, 18 and change, 18 and a half or something. So I'm trying to mess this up a little bit. Trying to get something that's like close to 18. Yeah, it's probably closer to 19. And that's because he's winning the match, right? So you might think, well, it should be a little conservative, but there's like 4-away stuff going on. Like if he takes and loses, we get to like 3-away, 4-away, say, where I'm 3-away and he's 4-away, and obviously you want to be 3-away there, of course, but it's like a little awkward to play from 3-away. So it's like not that much worse to be 4-away than 3-away there. Like 4-away is a pretty comfortable score to play from. So that means he has a little extra incentive to take here, which means he can take quite a bit deeper than normal. And I think there's sort of a similar effect at 5-away, 5-away, but it's not as strong. It's probably more like 20% versus 19%. Around there. So it's sort of good. It's sort of good. It comes up. I mean, it's sort of good to know these little 5-away, 4-away nuances. Anyways, I get a okay 2-6. I hit him. He comes back with a good shot. This doesn't look right. There's something better there for sure. Okay, I do make the 3. Yeah, better for the win. I think is making the 20 and playing 13-8. But I want to keep him dancing so I can go after him on the 4, which I do. Yeah, not much to do here. Probably best is this, making the 10 as opposed to my play, keeping the midpoint. Although it's right on the border, it looks like. All right, yeah, 10-7 or 13-10 is okay. So obviously entering with the 4, and then, yeah, I thought maybe the builder's a little bit more alive for making the 5 points. If you play 13-10, of course, the loss of the midpoint is something also. So the computer thinks it's quite close. Yeah, we just make the point here. He goes on this hitting adventure. Kind of starts to work. Yeah. Okay, so I hit with the 3 and then pop out with the 4. Pretty reasonable. I do like keeping him busy because I want to like try to make that 5 point. That's sort of where all the action is. Yeah, actually, that's probably best. According to the computer, that's probably best for the win too. Although bar 18 doesn't do too badly. I guess this just gives him a lot of decent hit options. Like I'm a little averse to hitting here, just because I don't want to send too many checkers back, which might help his timing if I can't build up a great prime. Okay. If I come up with a decent play here, it looks like. See, 21 to 11. I guess I did consider that. Okay, yeah, I leave myself a little exposed in the outfield, but not too much. But I keep everything sort of alive for building over here in just one blot. Second choice of the computer is this, which I did think about. There's better builders for the 5, but it looks like he's batting me around a little more. And then I thought about 16 to 6 also, but I didn't like it because now like if I make, it sort of, in some sense it like kills this checker. Like let's say I make the 5 point with a great 5-1. Now I have this checker inside, which doesn't really have much use anymore. Like I really want to keep those checkers alive for maybe making the 8 point later. So compared to this, right now if I make it with if I make the 5 point with a 5-1, both these checkers are still alive for like either making the 8 or hitting in the O field or whatever. So they're sort of more useful here. I'm dying to make the 5 here. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Oh, 5-1. Yeah, 5-1 was tough. Okay, it does just want to play conservatively. Yeah. I mean, I think I did mention this play. Like I really am interested in making the 8 here, but I guess the computer's point is that keeping everything alive now with a play like mine gives white too many forward going chances. With the 2 blots in the outfield and great 6s here. Yeah, so I gave him too much. So what does the computer's play look like? Yeah, it's going to be harder to build a prime, but I guess his game is still going to be pretty tough in any case. Yeah, he rolls this great 6-3. He should get the back. He should make a 17 apparently. 13 to 10. 10 to 7. Yeah, this is a little So what's my play do? Okay, so I enter high, which is forced, and then there's a 3 to play. So this is the initial position. So you enter with the 5, and then you have a choice of like four sort of reasonable 3s. Computer's top choice is this. Not leaving much in the outfield. Keeping the checkers still pretty much alive for making the 8 and the 5. This guy's a little exposed back there to being batted around. But there's some duplication of force, for instance. Force upgrade here, force to attack here. So this does look pretty reasonable. So what does my play do? Oh yeah, my play sort of gets better builders with a 5. Because I sort of have 5s and 2s where I can hit here and still keep the 7 point. But I guess again I'm giving white too many decent hit chances. There, we can put it up on the board. Because a lot of shots on the guy in the 13, and he's very happy to hit there. So I guess I'm just playing too loose this game against this like okay white structure. Trying to do too much with too little. These seem like tough plays to me though. I get a great 2-1, really dying to make the 5 again. It just doesn't work. For 5, sorry, there was a choice on this 5-4, right? Okay, I can either hit and play 24 to 20, or I can make the 8 points. And they both have their merits. I end up blocking the 8 point because I really want to like hammer these guys on the 23, regardless of whether I end up making the 5 point or not. And then I get stuck. Bar 20, good. Something better here? Yeah, I should upgrade the anchor. Okay, it does not right. It's not definitely not right to give up the nice 8 point here to hit. So you can either jump out and sort of play 7 to 6, or you can do this. Yeah, I guess the computer's play is a little better here. Because let's say this blot is still here, and then I roll a 2-1. I don't think that's going to happen very often, though. It's sort of an extra builder for the 5, though, I guess. I think that's what the computer's point is. And then apparently I screw up this 6-3. 16 to 7. Oh, really? Yeah, I was pretty comfortable with my play, actually. Yeah, I don't get this. My play looks right to me. Great outfield control, great flexibility. Some chance to make another outfield point. Oh, hey, Chava, how you doing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think there is a way that I can like schedule a stream. I tried doing that once, but it didn't seem to work. I don't know. I'm using Streamlabs, and I don't really understand all the features yet. So maybe I should try doing that in the future, like scheduling a stream so people know, and people like have more warning when I'm on. Anyways, what do you think about this play here? 6-3. I mean, my play to me looks pretty natural. um, Getting off that anchor at a time when I don't really need the anchor, and getting great outfield control and getting great flexibility, versus separating the forces with 16 to 7. I don't get why my play is so bad. Yeah. Oh, you're notching. Yeah. Long backgammon week thing. That's great. You having fun? I should go to more. I know I always say this. I should go to more. I should go to more tournaments. I don't like traveling that much for them. But I would like to see the world. So I should probably take a look at more international tournaments. Yeah, I don't know. I think maybe most strong players are doing my play versus just safe and tidy. I don't know what the computer's point is. I mean, okay, it could get hit in the outfield, but it doesn't seem like a big deal. It's not that many shots either. 9s, 11s, and 12s. And not 3-3. Oh, nice. Yeah, 5-5 is good. Especially under like pressure where like you're really trying to play well because it's BMAB, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I would do this again. That's not easy play either. You just see I know you just logged on, but my previous blunder. Um, Look at this play. I don't think a lot of people are making the right play here also. 3-2, you can just clear the midpoint and like keep your nice position. Computer wants to like break the board to hit. Yeah, who gets in the outfield first? Blot on the 19 is making it a different position. Huh. I don't know. I mean, we can maybe take a look at a variant or two. See if that changes things. But I feel like I'm not going to like learn anything from it. Like my play looks so natural to me that I don't know if I want to like start questioning it. I know, banana split. Like I really don't think a lot of players are making this I said during the first when I first saw this, I was like, well, you can maybe find it because you might be focused on not letting white make the six prime. And this play leaves a bunch of shots anyways, but still, it's a pretty tough play to find. Okay, so like I almost think there's more incentive to make the computers play here because you're kind of averse to being hit in the outfield. So maybe I actually would play 16-7 here. But I wonder if it's actually gonna. I wonder if I'm gonna have that backwards. Maybe the computer likes the other play now. No, it does play. It's closer though. It's closer here than it was with the blot on the 19. So I guess in a sense, I'm backwards here, right? It looks like to me there's more incentive to play safe here. But yeah, there's something weird going on. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, where was my blunder? There was my blunder. White needs to clean up the blot in the 19 first, so he doesn't have time to flood the outfield himself. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I can see it. Yeah, such an unusual thing because normal, almost always like the players own that point in the mid game. Yeah, it's a big oversight here. I should obviously make a 5-point board. Yeah, we need the anchor as a bridge for the straggler. Yeah, I noticed that, but I thought because his board is so bad here, I thought like the bridge was like no big deal. Right? It's not like he can like keep. It's not like it's easy for him to like make a strong like block there. But I do get the 20. I do get that the 20 point has some decent value there. Partly because as you mentioned, it's good for the back man. 5-5. What's wrong with my play? Bar 15. I mean, this keeps the guys a little further back. Maybe saves a couple shots versus this. Bear's in a better spot. I don't know. This doesn't look like a big deal to me either. This game is hard, man. Hard to play perfectly. Yeah, here it hangs back a little bit. It wants to do this, keeping the checker back, leaving eights and double sixes to hit. Well, I guess double six isn't a big deal because it's kind of such a good number anyways. Versus my tidy play, a little inflexible, a little worse coverage in the outfield. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe if white rolls awkwardly, you want this checker back to maybe hit him again. Yeah, in fact, my play wins a little more. This is better. This is better for the gammon. Here we can go back to the original position, right? So you're always making the 14 point with the ace, say, and then you have a choice on the 3. The computer wants to play 7-4 for the extra contact and the extra gammons. Right, I see. Yeah. Right, yeah, you're right. There, the bridge is a lot more important. He makes kind of a weird play with the 6-3. I miss him. 4-1. Okay, I hit him. Okay, I make a good play here. Good, I got this one right. You can hit and then go 14-10 if you want. But you're leaving 5-5, 1-5, 2-5, where he's very happy to hit. So you can stay a little further away from home, but you play completely safely. And it's not too hard to bring this home. So the 2 pips closer to home is no big deal. Okay, 3-1. Yeah, again, I'm pretty averse to leaving shots. Here, I don't love leaving the shot, but this is pretty destructive. But the computer likes it against this decent board now. But it's very close with 13-4, leaving the shots now. I guess one thing in favor of the computer's play, if you do this. White has to roll first, and he has some rolls which are they don't play good. Like there's a lot of rolls that don't play good. Like say just rolls like a 5-1. He either has to bust his board, or more likely he jumps out into the outfield. But he's leaving me a shot if he does that. So he's not happy to do that. So in other words, if White had sort of more timing on his side of the board, I think he'd have more incentive to play 13 to 4. So for instance, just like this position, say 13 to 4 is right now. Because now we can handle a lot of those awkward numbers like a 5-1 on his side of the board. Yeah, you can see the difference. It's a pretty big difference. So the details matter. Okay. Okay. And then, yeah, I discussed this during the match. My play is a little tiny bit riskier long term, but the checker off is good versus this play. This play is 4 blot numbers. This play is only 2 blot numbers. But you're often paying 2 blot numbers, then 4 blot numbers on the next roll. So it's just called double jeopardy. But the game just goes normally. And I'm up 2 to 1. I crush him with a 4-4, and then I'm, okay, it's close to too good. Yeah, it probably is too good on a rollout here. Yeah, it is. I mean, I know this is a huge money pass. Just wasn't too sure what was going on at the score where I'm 3 away, he's 4 away. It's a little bit of an incentive for him to take in a gammonish position because he's not paying full price of the gammons. But yeah, it's just such a huge money pass that the score doesn't swing it too close to a take. All right, and then the blitz just goes really, really easily. Okay, so I guess the play you don't want to make here is making the 3-point, leaving the ace shots. So the 3-point, if you know you're getting missed, the 3-point is better than the 1. But you're blitzing, so the low point in the board is sort of okay compared to the higher points in the board. Because you're just trying to keep them dancing. So the 1 point works as well as a 3-point for that purpose. And if you make the 1 point, like the 3-point stays open, and it's quicker to pull builders in to bear on the 3-point than it is the 1 point. So I kind of don't mind making the 1 versus the 3 here. Although if he anchors with the 2, you definitely want the 3. But all these other reasons to make the 1 still exist. And it looks like the builders end up pretty good here. Okay, yeah, just the blitz goes pretty easy. Yeah, this should be at least okay. Okay, 6-4 is fine, and then 3-1. Yeah, my play's like a little funny looking, 11 to 7. But I did it because it's like it might be the only play that's safe on 6-6 that doesn't break the board, I should say. So I don't want to blot on 6-6. But it's weird I think it's weird to have checkers here and here because if you roll big, they have to go to the low points. You kind of want the checkers more on like the 5, 4, and 3 points. But I think on appeal, it's going to like my play a little better than it did anyways. Still sort of likes this on plus eval. Paying to the 6-6. Although, I mean, if you roll 6-6 and then he hits you, he still has 2 up on the roof a lot of the time. So you can just kind of come around. It's not a big deal. And then I just play as safely as possible and win. Let's see if we can get another match real quick. 6-6 proofing, yeah. Yeah, it probably does matter more if whose board is strong. I like that phrase though, 6-6 proofing. I mean, you do want to think about it if like this play is questionable, I think, because the checkers end up in bad spots. If you can prove 6-6 and have the checkers end up in good spots, I think it is worth thinking about. But like also, it might be worth more. It might be worth more to think about if his board is strong. Like is 11-7 correct here? I wonder. Still no, it's still sort of similar. It still wants to keep things. Still wants to keep the checkers in better spots at the cost of a 6-6. Hmm. This is a double match point though, of course. Oh no, gammas do help me here. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess this is just bad structure, I guess. All right, let's see if we can get a quick match here. Olive Acaster. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, certainly putting the checkers in good spots can outweigh the blotting on 6-6 as it does there. And I think you're thinking about it the right way. Like you're thinking about it better than I did during the match. Oh, Graham, 2025 PR. Let's try Simon K. Jones. It's always going to be very close though. I still remember a situation where like I was captain and the box was holding 3 8 cubes. Um, and the play that was safe on 6-6 was like a tiny bit inflexible, and so I didn't do it. I made a play that blotted on 6-6 for like a tiny bit more flexibility. And this is the box holding 3 8 cubes. So I'm playing for the team. I'm the captain, and then we roll 6-6. He hits us, and then wins the game on 3 8 cubes after he doubles to 16 and cashes it in. So I was like, well, that's a swing and a half on the 6-6. Um, it wasn't even. I looked at the play later. Like my play wasn't even right. It was right to like play a little inflexibly and not pay off the 6-6. If 6-6 is safe, everything is safe. Right. When he's closed out, that's a good point. I think you do need when he's anchored on the ace or something. I think you do need to start thinking about like 5-5 and stuff. I know. I felt really bad because I lost everyone. I lost everyone 8 points due to like a bad play. I don't think. I mean, no one like. I like asked people what they wanted to do, and like no one stopped me from making the play the blots on 6-6. So I'm not entirely at fault. I was mostly at fault. All right, let's just go for it here. Yeah, I think that can happen. 6-6 can be safe, and then the smaller doubles could blot. So this is a pass. I'm wondering if I could play on for a roll here. Yeah, if he just enters one next turn, I think I can almost always double it. So let's try this, and then play on again. I guess this is more important than a builder because I'm hitting and I'm getting flexible. There might be something better here. So this 4-3 is duplicated here. I think there might be less duplication here. Oh, there's also this play. I missed something? I hope I didn't miss something there. Oh, I could have made the 4 point. I'm an idiot. I'm a freaking idiot. Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure I'm correct there, but it does seem like unless he enters two checkers next turn, I can always at least cube him. I could pick up the block, but his board is so weak. Let's just go for the closeout. Oh, I can have that structure on I was thinking, oh, I could put guys on the 7 and 8 points again. Okay, so 2, 3, 4 looks okay. There might be something slightly safer here. 1, 2, 3. I'm not seeing it. Because the structure is like pretty good. So that sort of argues for cashing it in. Well, I may try for the backgammon a little bit here. He's not saving the gammon without hitting, so it's possible just clearing the 5 point was right there. Could have considered clearing the 4 there also. Yeah, this might have been sloppy. Good. Two biggies? No. 1-1? 2-1? I overlooked that 3-4 though. That's going to be bad. Yeah, I got focused on thinking about the duplication and the diversity, and I just missed the obvious play. But we will try to play well going forward. I think it's sort of a good skill to have, because it happens in live matches too sometimes, where you realize you screwed up. Like after you screw up, and then and maybe your opponent even pointed out to you that you screwed up. But you realize you screw up. You got to put it out of your head and just try to make the best plays going forward. You know. Boy, I like the builders for the 5 here. That's for sure. It's a little riskier, but his board is so bad that I'm gonna do this. Awkward shot by him. Well, I do kind of want to try to get out of there. Although I don't. I also want to be able to use my builders next turn. Although actually the 3 doesn't play good if I enter low. Oh, how about this? I guess I'm an extra shot in the outfield. Let's see, 2, 5, 6, 1. 2, 5's a little duplicated. And I'm not sure what I'm doing here. Yeah, you should definitely hit here with the 2. Got to keep me from escaping and keep me from making the 5. So 8 to 5, 6 to 3 is the best, I think. This is second best. Oh, he got me. He duplicated it. Ah, he missed. He overlooked it. Paid me back for the oversight. Sort of a similar size error, actually, to my oversight. Okay, can remake his midpoint pretty reasonably. Don't know what I should do here, but I guess I'm still trying to get the hell out of there. And then, don't love leaving the block, but I like keeping the builders all alive. Good play. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, definitely 8 to 4, 6 to 3. Do something else, please. Bah. Nice. Gotta get to the edge of the prime. Ooh. Don't dance, Alex. Don't double me, please. Thank you. All right, taking here. And not taking here. Don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, taking here. He's so cubit though. I'm super stuck back there. Oh boy, this is a lot of shots. 3 2 3 4 1 2 1 4 1 1. Jeez. Guess I really want to block 1 4 3 4. You know, those are huge swings. Oh, I got him. Am I actually gonna win this one? Maybe. Yes. Good. I guess I should be cubing this if he plays this anyways. 'Cause I'm not really that clear it's a take at even at the score. He does win a lot though. All right, let's double and see what happens. Okay, he does take. Maybe I can make my 8 point or something if I do this or this. Although this is better for making the 9. Can I keep everything spread out? I don't. Oh, there, like I can do this. Not overlooking something. Okay. Yeah, I'd like. I mean, I definitely like having the 6s blocked here versus the 5s with that 3 2. All right, this is okay. Not great. Okay, good. Yeah, I suppose it's this. I mean, it could clear the 7 there, but obviously has more numbers that escape something. Would probably keep the back anchor here. Got more and more attackers on this guy now, and he can jump. He can jump this guy pretty easily next turn, unless I roll a 3 1. This is a very shoddy position. This kind of works. Kinda. Good. Good enough. 2-1. There it is. Got a million blot numbers here. I need a deuce or a set. Yes, even aces leave shots there. Okay, let's do this correctly. Play the 1 and then bear off the 5. This slightly better play for white there. But he will save the gammon anyways. Good. All right, so 4 zip. So, yeah, gammas do not hurt me at the score. So I'm going to play this mostly like it's 4-4. Not worry about being gammoned. Should hit this guy. Good. Sots. Should hit this guy, I think. Maybe. Yeah, I guess if he just plays 14-8, I just make an anchor, and then he doesn't have that much. He should probably, with the stronger board, he should probably try for more there. I see what he's thinking. He's got 1 man back versus 3, so he's making conservative play, which maybe is okay. Okay, let's see if he finds the run play here. He does not. Maybe out to the 15, or make the 9 maybe. Oh, maybe I should actually do this. Just go right after the 6 prime, or an awesome 5 prime. It's got his board's pretty weak. Yeah, let's try it. Ah, no 5. Yeah, I don't know. Actually, this is good because now if I make the 9 point with the 3-2 make the 7 point with the 3-2, you'd be right at the edge of the prime. So I guess maybe I like this a little better. Maybe. It's not that clear though. Shoot. Well, if you want to hit me and improve my timing, be my guest. I might hit him next turn. Let's put some stuff together. This looks like there's maybe we get by 14-8, 13-12 there. Well, getting some timing for this 3-5 game. Probably, in other words, I'm probably going to get to keep my board intact before I get a shot. Actually, it's getting a little dicey. Keep everything. All right. Do this to myself. Yeah, I might have been right to run with the 4 last turn. 3-5. Yeah, 3-5 is an okay game. It's not great. It's not the greatest back game in the world, but I kind of like it. All right, so I could get a double blot here, I think. Maybe 6, 5 or something. 4-2. Okay. Don't dance, dumb bunny. Oh, get a shot, ace. Did it? Okay, I gotta make this 5 points. I'm gonna leave it slotted. See, 1, 2, 5 doesn't cover here, but it doesn't cover the other way. 1, 2, double fours covers. Block is 12s, I guess. No, I don't know. It's okay. Blocks 4-4, 2-2, stuff like that. I don't want to spread out too much. Yeah, there might be something better here, but I'm gonna try this. Okay, did get him. Okay, let's keep diverse now. I do get a shot if, no, I don't get a shot if he rolls 5-5, but I don't think there's anything I can do about it. Okay. So we could slot here. This is pretty productive in itself, though. Blocks 5-5 and it's great coverage. So I'm gonna try this and possibly slot next turn. Yeah, like I'm running out of. Well, I don't know. Do I even need that point? No, I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but I'm gonna slot it. Okay. I do have to worry a little bit about the race here, although probably not this much. Let's try this. Um, 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 um. I mean, I like the fact that this keeps a 5 point board a lot next turn, as opposed to, like, say, taking two guys off the two. Hmm. Good. Okie dokie. So there's only 4 blotters next turn, I think, plus whatever I'm missing. A lot of times it's out of my hair anyways. All right, now let's take a look at this. I mean, I'm expecting a high PR due to that 4-3 oversight. Otherwise, the match didn't seem that tough. Let's see what GNU. Okay, no, GNU has me at a 2.2. So I wonder how bad the oversight is. I mean, I thought it was like a 0.2 or something. Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised with the oversight. I'm surprised the PR is so low. Um, it's only 0.1 apparently. Because I guess my play does. I mean, it forgoes making the point, which you don't want to do, obviously. But you're buying something for it. I mean, you're buying great builders for both the 4 and the 3 point. Like, say you know, this is a little silly, but say you know he's rolling a 3-6, You might actually prefer my play, right? Because now you can attack him on the 3 more easily. Okay, but anyways, let's go through this. So what happened here? Okay, just that one oversight blunder. Right. Yeah, so you're right. It's a little hard because of all those checkers on the bar. My bad play might not hurt me that much. Okay, okay, so this is the play on here. Yeah, pretty big play on. Surprisingly big play on. So yeah, what I'm thinking, and I just to be clear, let's save this. Because you have cube access, you are not paying full price to the bad sequences, and I'll show you what I mean. You roll a bad number, 4 4 5 1, which I don't know how to play it, but say you do this. He rolls like a decent, I don't know, 3 6 or something, an okay 3 6. You still have a good cube here, even though you rolled kind of bad and he rolled kind of okay. So it's like you're still getting good value from the cube here, um, which you wouldn't get if you like cashed the previous turn. Even 3 4, I guess. Like it wouldn't be crazy to cube this either. Like maybe this double take or something even. Yeah, double take. So you still a pretty big cube. So in other words, for you to regret playing on, he needs to roll exactly a 3. Regret big playing on. He needs to roll exactly a 3 3 or a 4 4. So you have some license, and there's a bunch of gammons here in the original position. So you have some license to play on there. All right, make a decent compromise play here where I get the backmen going a little bit, and I get another builder in the zone, and then okay, 6 1 is fine. You can get another builder if you want, but because you get to jump and hit with the 6 1, it's more important to do that. And then yeah, 3 4 is bad. I'm not saying this is exactly what was going on, but I have done this oversight before where I'm better at this now, I think. But I think this used to happen more to me where the most likely thing that you're going to be doing here is getting more builders into the zone. And before the roll, I realized that, and I'm sort of poised to think about where to place my builders. It's a little unlikely. It's pretty unlikely I'm going to get to make a good point. So I'm not that ready to make like a point with a point making number here. So like I said, I used to do this more, I think, where I just sort of focus on like the most likely thing that was true before the roll. I'm a little better now at this specific situation where I'm thinking, okay, I have a few numbers that make a good point, and then if I don't, I'm probably going to be spreading builders out or maybe getting the backman going. And so usually what I'm doing is I'm explicitly before the roll I'm explicitly thinking about both these things. I got a few rolls that make a point, and I got everything else spreads builders about. I don't actually think that's probably the best way to approach backgammon. I think it's probably best to like see the roll and then like evaluate what you can do with it. I think that avoids some oversights of this type, to actually like not be focused on what you're going to be doing. The problem is if you're focused on what you're going to be doing, you're going to be playing more quickly, which is a benefit. So I don't know. I mean, you see it with an error that I made in like the previous match where I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to be attacking this roll if I get a good attack number. And then I get a decent attack number and I attack with this. This is the 6 1 from the previous match. Meanwhile, there's this whole different idea of like this positional priming play which I didn't see because it's like an unusual thing to be doing in like a blitzing position. So, I mean, I'm sort of describing the problem without much advice on how to fix it. But I've just, maybe people can maybe people can figure out their own ways of avoiding this type of oversight. But I've seen other people do it too. It's not just me. It's like you get focused on what you're likely doing, and then you do it. But there's just a completely different plan available. But anyways, probably best here if I don't make the four, say that's not a play. Um, it's all very close. You get maximal builders, but it's a little bloody, and there's some duplication. Or you can get the backman going, or you can get the three builders, keep the midpoints, and get diverse, a little bit more diverse. So it's like, okay, so you say you try to focus on one thing, then roll, then pause for a tiny moment before pressing the clock, but not super easy to do consistently. I see. Yeah, I think that's sort of similar to my approach, where you are thinking about what you're likely going to be doing, what you want to do. So it helps you play quickly. But then you take you explicitly take that extra second after you see the roll and say, okay, what is there something else I can do with it? Yeah, that's the thing I don't do consistently. I don't take that extra beat and say, look, um, maybe there's something else going on here. So my duplication point was actually kind of relevant. Again, say you're not making the 4 points. My play of this is in fact better than 13-6. Now, actually, partly it's due to the fact that 4-4 hits here, and it doesn't hit here. But also, there's more point making numbers here, because you see how here the points are one apart from one another. The open points are one apart from one another. The builders are also one apart from one another. So that means 4-3 is duplicated. The points are one apart from one another here. The builders are not one apart from one another here. So that kind of means there's less duplication. Yeah, that's good too. Yeah, I do tell people that before you roll, if you have cube access, you do want to expend a little bit of mental energy every roll and say, okay, could I possibly have a cube here? And then if you don't, you want to take and then if it's like possibly I have a cube here, then you can take more time with it. Yes, that's good practice also. Okay, but anyways, I roll well, and it's like fine. Apparently, okay, so obviously you're making the 3 point here, and the computer wants to get a little more diverse in the outfield with 13-10 for like sort of more flexibility for attacking on the 4 later. I do this other play where I worry a little bit about the back man being stuck, but I guess the computer's point is there's a lot of timing in the outfield, even after its play, that you don't have to worry about the back man too much just against a 3 prime. If white had a 4 prime, then you would want to come up. Like this play. I think 24-22 is sort of important here because the back man is more stuck behind this 4 prime. Yeah. In fact, it would be an error to do the computer's play in the original position because the back man is just a little too stuck. Oh yeah, the game does get a little complicated. Am I thinking about the right game here? No, we're still in game 1 here. Anyways, okay, so apparently it doesn't like 6-5, 15-10, 13-7. Oh yes, yeah, maybe given the 4-3, the thoughts I had in the 4-3, maybe I should be able to find this. I'm getting hit on 4-4 here. After the computers play, not getting hit on 4-4, and it's still 3 builders for the 4. Yeah, and then jumping from the back with the 6 would be okay too. Probably best. But I jump, I hit loose. I complete the closeout. Okay, keep flexible. Yeah, I don't want. I never know. I know. So, is this structure versus this structure basically? Let's ignore the intermediate play for now. This is 0 blot numbers. There's 2 blot numbers, 6-6 and 5-5. Sometimes the computer likes this structure and sometimes it likes this structure. Often it has to do with like how many checkers are up on the roof, but also I think how strong the white's position is. So I know both plays can be right depending on the circumstances. I think if there's a lot of guys on the roof, at least some of the times the computer likes paying the 2 blot numbers because say I roll 6-6 and then white hits with a 5-1, say. White still has 2 up on the roof there, so sometimes I can just enter quickly and come around safely. So it's kind of okay to be hit. But I think there are other factors going on too. Like this is better for the backgammon. Not sure about. Oh, this is better than my play. Yeah, maybe I should have actually been able to find this play. Because the 6 point is stripped, I get to clear it with a lot of numbers next turn, like a 5-4, and then it's super safe compared to my position. Got to keep the point with a 5-4, and then I got some bad aces like 6-1 that leave a bunch of blot numbers. But anyways, yeah, safest is to clear both the 6 and the 5 points here. My play is a little better for the backgammon, so I try it. I guess if I get hit, I get to use the cube sometimes. Maybe that's part of the reason the computer likes leaving the 2 blot numbers with the 4-3 there. I don't know. Yeah, I should have thought about this also. The risk is slightly higher maybe after this play, but it's 6 blot numbers as opposed to 4 blot numbers, right? This is the original position. You can either clear the 4 or you can clear the 5. Not a big difference in the number of blot numbers. And obviously you like the checker off in case you get hit and for the backgammon at least. So yeah, you're probably just paying a slight amount of risk. And like, I mean, it's conceivable this is actually safer long term. Because like if if you roll a 6-5, you're left with a very clean position. Whereas if you roll a 6-5 here, you're going to have a lot of blot numbers on the next roll. But that said, this is better for the win according to the computer. So probably this is a little safer long term. It's just that the backgammons and the cube access swing the play here. But I just end up winning a backgammon. Okay, got a decent 6-6, getting the guys out of here. Obviously, you can do this instead. We can put it up on the board. Strips the midpoint. Builders aren't that much better, and it leaves the back man a little stuck. You really want to get this guy going up in the race so much. Now this isn't a great way to get the guy going, obviously, because it's a triple shot out there. But there are a number of misses like 5-5, 5-3. I'm sorry, 5-5, 5-2, 4-4, 5-4, stuff like that. It's tremendous when you get missed. It's not so bad when you get hit. because he has to forgo making a good inner board point a lot to hit you, and you can end up with some return shots. But he misses with a 5-2. Very happy. Okay, find a decent play here. Obviously, you're making the 4. You're playing 18 to 16. And then safest would be 18 to 14 with the last one. In other words, the computer's second choice. But his board is so weak and he has a blot that I play it a little more optimistically. Leave some extra shots, but I get better builders for the 5 points. Anyways, I do get hits. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. I mean, I don't love being up on the 22 or 21 points because he's so eager to attack with all this stuff. So despite the fact that I do want to try to escape, I think I want to be on the 24 and not one of those points. But the problem is the 3 plays kind of badly if I enter on the 24 point. Like I got to kill a builder for making the I got to kill a builder for making the 5, which I didn't love doing. Now apparently on appeal the computer likes it just fine, but it thinks that my play is close, or this play. Yeah, he does go after me, although there's a better go after play here, maybe 2 of them. Okay, I do get a good hit. I try to get the guy out of there. He overlooks the right hit. Yeah, once again, I don't know. I mean, I guess you do have to come up with the 3 this time, because the 3 just plays destructively on the other side of the board. But I wasn't sure whether to leave the blot in my board, which could come back and bite me, or do this play, which is like worse builders for the 5. Apparently, the computer does not want to leave the blot here. Staying alive. Yeah, the blot comes back and bites me here. Yeah, glad I didn't get cubed here. I mean, I guess I'm going to say I would have found the take because I got great compensation, but it's a little scary due to the score. I really hate to lose 4 here. Okay, correctly doesn't double here. Definitely find the take there. Yeah, here I do find the pass. Here I don't know. I don't know what I would have done here. I mean, I would have taken for money, but at the score I would have been like, I don't know, because I don't know, down 0-2. I don't have great recube vig. He's killing the value of my gammas a little bit by doubling. Yeah, I'm really glad I didn't get cubed here. Apparently the computer thinks it's a pass. Would have easily found the take there. Okay, good. Okay, so obviously you're coming up with the ace here. I did think a little bit about 13 to 11, but it's just too risky. And like I said, I want to block. I want to give him a bad 1-4, 1-3-4 here. Oh, great 6-2. Great 6-2. I do not get distracted by the hit possibility. Keep my eye on the prize. Okay, it is a pass here. Yeah, I would from White's point of view, again, due to the score, I wouldn't have been sure it was a pass. Because I don't know. Well, he doesn't win as much as I thought. I thought probably he won more than 23% here. All right, I hit, keep things spread out in the outfield. Can't do anything good with it this turn, but I keep things spread out in the outfield. I can do something good here. You can make the 8 point. You can do this. The reason I didn't do this is because I want to block his 3-6-1-6 more than I want to block his 1-5-3-5. Because 1-5-3-5, the 5 plays like okay on the other side of the board. The 6 doesn't play so good on the other side of the board here. So that's more important to block sixes here. And the prime is sort of equally effective. Normally you want the solid prime, but because the 2 point is made, it's like this structure is just as blocky as the other structure. Like if he's at the edge of the prime here, he only has one number to escape. And he needs, if he's on the ace point, he still needs like a two, he needs one number to come up to the edge and one number to escape. It's the same calculus here, right? If he's at the edge, he needs one number to escape, for instance. So it's like usually you want the contiguousness of the prime. Here it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah, you got to look at both sides of the board. Very important. All 24 spots matter. Actually, there's sort of 26 spots, right? Because the bar and the bear off chamber sort of count too. Is this right with the one? Yeah, that's fine. 6-5 is good. 6-1 is forced. 3-2. Oh, it does want to clear the 7 point. Let him out a little easier. Okay. Yeah, no, I've seen this concept before, specifically against the 1-3 game. Well, it usually comes up when you have the 8 and the 7. But specifically against the 1-3 game, it's so problematic to clear the 7 point that often you're clearing the 7 point before you clear the 8 or 9 points against a 1-3 back game. So I've seen that before. And maybe we can look at an example or two because I kind of want to take another look at it anyways. But usually, I think it's normally because like it's safer long term. Here, I didn't care about safety that much. I wanted to keep like the solid block, but no, apparently the computer does clear the 7 here. I guess it's just easier to come home. Like the place I've seen it before, and that I'm aware of it is like when he's like has decent timing for his back game, say. And let's say I have a good position too. Like I kind of know the play here that you or here say, maybe here. Like you clear. I'm pretty sure you clear the 7 here, not the 8. Just because like the 7, if you leave a shot on the 7, you can be leaving a double shot, and it's not necessarily easier to clear the 8 than the 7. So. Yeah, you clear the 7 here. Probably here also. Although here is close, apparently. I don't think that's actually true with like a similar 1-4 game. I think actually here you clear the 8 points. Although it's actually not that clear to me because you're leaving 3 checkers on the 7 if you clear the 8. Well, let's see what the computer likes. Yeah, here is close. So yeah, I've noticed this concept more where you clear the 7 point against the 1-3 game. I don't know. It's a play to keep in mind. It does come up. But yeah, here I didn't think it mattered. I did think about it, but I didn't think it mattered here because his board was so bad. But I guess it's true even if his board is bad. I guess there is this awkward third checker here. Oh, and the 5 point is stripped, which is a little bit of a problem. I assume this is all correct. Good, 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 good. But he saves it. Okay, this is the Crawford game. Yeah, this is routine for me now after seeing the computer do it a million times. You got 5 checkers here. It's not too bad getting hit because you're down in the race so much anyways. Computer loves playing 6 to 5, even in lieu of like another productive ace somewhere. clear the point three away from his anchor. Cause issues on big small rolls. Yeah, I don't know. Three away from his anchor. Yeah, so that doesn't apply in the 1-4 position we looked at. Like in the 1-3 positions we looked at, I'm actually clearing the point four away from his anchor, not three away from his anchor. But when I switched it to a 1-4 game, it liked clearing the point four away from his anchor. So I don't doubt that his concept applies somewhere, but yeah, the examples we looked at it doesn't apply at. Yeah, I'd have to see some examples to have a real opinion on that. But anyways, I hit him with a 3-4, trying desperately to contain that back checker. It does seem to be working. Okay, so the more normal 22 to 15 is probably correct here. Yeah, getting the back man going, keeping the midpoint, still maintaining good build structure. I kind of go for it here. I lock up the 9 point and I slot the 7, trying for a really great prime. But it does leave the backman a little stranded. So fairly close, but the computer wants to run from the back. I get punished. Yeah, here it makes the solid prime, which I'm not surprised. Versus this play, which is a little safer. Yeah, getting hits, I guess, not a big deal here. Like, okay, so if he rolls a 6, I really maybe I even prefer to be hit to maintain the back game timing. Here he's got some more trap numbers like 4-1, 4-2. But yeah, the prime is of lower quality because you want the contiguousness here. Like say I hit another checker and he enters on the 2, say, that guy could get out. Whereas if I have the contiguous prime, if I hit another checker and he enters on the 2, that guy's still super stuck. I miss him horribly. He doesn't need to hit here. But our computer does like hitting for some reason. I guess to keep me busy, keep me from making my board. You have okay timing. Yeah, I could have a pretty big take here if it was a money game, I think. Especially here. Now that his board's messed up. Okay, he's jumping out with the 4 is okay here. It might actually be right. Let's go to the plus plus eval. Yeah, it's probably right, although it's going to be close. Yeah, if your only goal is to hit him, you do my play. Keep the second anchor. Don't give him like a decent 2-4 to hit, 3-4, 3-3 maybe. But the problem is, I don't necessarily get a good jumping number next turn. Like he even cleared the 8 for me, and then I still got 2-1, 1-1, 2-2, which is bad. So you could stop all that annoying cracking stuff by jumping with the 4 previously when it wasn't too dangerous to do so. Even here it jumps. $20 to 17, 16 to 10. I mean, it gets more cover numbers that way. Yeah, I don't really like this play that much, but yeah, you get more cover numbers. You don't get hits with like a 2-4, for instance. And I guess you're not gaining that much by staying back. So you gain on 6-5. But you get a double shot instead of a single shot. I'm actually wondering if that's it. Is that like the only roll I'm really gaining big on by doing this? That might be it. So yeah, no, I guess the computer's play is right. Yeah, there's no other number. 6-4. He doesn't have to play the 4. 5-4. He doesn't have to play the 4. 4-3 doesn't have to play the 4. Yeah, interesting. So I get punished. I get hit and then I dance and then he leaves the shot and I only get fly shots because I'm up on the bar. All right, then these plays are always tough. These are PR killers. Where to position the checkers in the outfield here? Apparently, I come up with a decent play here. Blocking eights, keeping decent control of the outfield. So what does the computer want to do? The computer wants to spread things out a little more, but of course it is paying to being hit in these places. Maybe even in the inner board, especially if it rolls like 4-4 or something. 4-4 is nicely blocked here. So yeah, there's just sort of conflicting priorities. I mean, like for instance, like you want this position because you want everything spread out, but you also want this position because you don't want to be hit in the outfield. So how do you weigh those factors? It's tough. And turns out here they're pretty close. Oh yeah, I think I didn't see I could hit with the. Yeah, no, this is a better play. I saw I could hit with the 6 and then looked around for the best 3, but you can hit with the 3 and then you have a more productive 6 because you can get a builder for the 5. Yeah, so that's a better play here. And then here, yeah, I don't know. Again, there's a million plays. So I get a builder for the 5. I get hit on 5-5, which is a good thing because I get a return shot that way. So what does the computer want to do? Oh yeah, the computer does something similar. Yeah, something similar here. Like I don't know why this is better than this. 5-2. 5-6. 5-2, 5-6. 5-2 is a swing number. Right, like I do this, I only get a single shot at him plus combo shots. If I do this, I get a double shot at him. But I'm actually not seeing that many other like big swing numbers. 5-4? No, it's just 5-2, I guess. Huh. Got 4-3 here. Oh no, is this what we just looked at? No, this is different. I do this, get 3 builders for the 5 versus. I don't know. There's another swing on 5-2, I guess. This versus this. And there's other play also. Oh, 5-6 also. Sorry, I know I'm jumping around a lot, but no, 5-6 gets hits either way. Yeah, I don't know. I think there's probably a swing on 5-5 also. Okay, so here it wants to slot, but you kind of need that 5 points. Now, despite the fact that my outfield checkers look a little better here, the computer does go right after the 5 point, but it's pretty close. And then yeah, I get the idea that I don't really have a great productive play in the outfield anymore. So now I find the slot, and I make it. And then yeah, I don't bear off 2. You would bear off 2 here, I think, if white had like 5 more checkers off, because you'd be less worried about being hit and more worried about the race. I think you bear 2 guys off here. Yeah. And as we saw, you don't here. Hopefully the reason is this isn't too surprising in that like some position like this, you're worried about opening up early and then him entering with a 6 before you have a lot of checkers off because he's going to win the race a lot. So you want to kind of fight against that a little bit by taking more checkers off now. Now you are going to get hit more. But But when you don't get hit, this is going to win more than when you don't get hit after this play. Because like if you don't get like after this play, if you don't get hit, you don't necessarily need the extra checkers off. I know I'm not explaining it well, but hopefully that's clear enough. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Like, and here, like the safest play is like clear the 6 point. But again, you're worried about the race a little bit. So you keep the board. Yeah, I wasn't totally sure about this one. Again, there's this trade-off where you can take 2 guys off, but you're going to get hit a bit more than if you do something like this. Now here, it's probably just barely worth the extra risk to keep him trapped a little longer and to get the extra checker off. But it's very close. And so we can guess if he had a few more checkers off, or say he had 1 less checker off. Now maybe you play safely because the play was so close. Although I guess it's close here. Yeah. But if he has more checkers off, then yeah, definitely you take on the extra risk. It's not close if he has more checkers off. Yeah, I mean these plays, this 3-1 is always kind of tough. Often you do want to clear from the top. But here because he's going to enter and get out of my hair a lot, I don't mind the long-term gap. And I just win. All right. A lot of concepts, those matches. So what did I do this match? This match I played well except for that one oversight. That's a shame. Would have played a really good match without it. But yeah, hopefully you got something out of these matches. I know I did. And I'm going to sign off, but I will see you next time.